Today we will see about the key elements of your total quality management model. So this TQM is comprises of these many parameters. When we have some metrics, models, measurements and analysis, then on the basis of these parameters we will be focusing on what? Customer. That means we are focusing on the customer need and customer satisfaction. Whatever customer is going to tell you, that is his requirement or that is his need. Whatever you are going to work on that customer requirement, that is your development part or designing part. And then you will be start development and you start testing the system. Why you are testing the system? To check whether the customer need is going to satisfy or not. If the customer need is satisfying, that means you are achieving the goal of development. So your main aim is to focus on the customer satisfaction, and the customer satisfaction will only be achieved when the customer need is going to meet. Then second parameter is your process improvement. In process improvement, what is there? There should be the continuous improvement in any type of process. Whatever process you are going to follow, you should improve each and every process. For example, if you have the standard process of designing the user interface, then on the basis of that user interface, you will redesign some process and you try to analyze that how I can improve the user interface. For that purpose, what I need to do, how I need to add some additional parameter in that. So it is what the process improvement is. Then next is human side quality. Then this will be, we can say the human side quality can be your related with the non-technical persons or the illiterate person, the normal user or the normal human being who is going to use this system. You need to focus from the human side also, and that will be helpful for what your quality improvement purpose. So these are the three main criteria that will be focused in case of your what? Total quality management continuous improvement. So these are your what? Main key elements. So what is quality management metrics? In procedural programming, when we are focusing on the procedural programming, the quality is measured by, if you want to measure the quality, if you are working on any of the procedural language, then you should focus on number one, defects per 1000 LOC. That means defect per KLOC. LOC stands for line of code. So you need to focus on 1000 लाइन ऑफ कोड के पीछे आपके कितने डिफेक्ट्स जनरेट होते हैं, दैट यू नीड टू फोकस. डिफेक्ट पर फंक्शन पॉइंट, एक फंक्शन के अंदर आपके कितने डिफेक्ट जनरेट होते हैं, दैट यू आर गोइंग टू फोकस. सो डिफेक्ट्स पर फंक्शन पॉइंट. देन मीन टाइम टू फेल्यूर एटसेट्रा. सो हाउ मच टाइम इट विल टेक योर सिस्टम विल गेट फेल. आपकी सिस्टम कितनी बार फेल होती है और वो कैसे फेल होती है, कितने टाइम इंटरवल के बाद में वो फेल होती है, दैट यू आर गोइंग टू फोकस. एंड these parameters are ultimately the parameter on the basis of which you can find out what the system quality. And these three parameters are mainly considered in case of your what? Procedural programming language. Procedural programming language means your C, Java, जो कुछ भी आप languages पढ़ते हो, those are your procedural languages और procedural programming languages. और उसके अंदर आपके क्या होते हैं? डिफेक्ट पर 1000 लाइन ऑफ कोड, डिफेक्ट पर फंक्शन एंड मीन टाइम टू फेल्यूर्स. दिस KLOC यू विल बी यूजिंग इन योर प्रोजेक्ट. आप जब भी प्रोजेक्ट का आपका रिपोर्ट लिखोगे तो आपके प्रोजेक्ट में आपका ये KLOC आएगा, आपको आगे जाके वो आइडेंटिफाई होगा दैट यू आर गोइंग टू वर्क ऑन इट. Defects per KLOC and defects per function point in object oriented is defect per class. When you are going to combine these two things, the first two things when you are going to combine in terms of your object oriented, then you can call it as the defect per class. That means the class is the combination of your function, that means data member and member function. So वहां पे आपको जितने भी डिफेक्ट आएंगे, all those defect can be considered as defect per class. Remember, Defect rate during testing, when what is your defect rate? So the defect rate during testing is when the product is under development ranges from 4 defect per KLOC to about 9 defect per KLOC. That means what? जब भी आपका product under development है, in that case if you are testing your system and there will be the defects 4 to 9 defects per 1000 line of code, then you can say your defect rate is like under development. So आप कैसे find out करोगे? Your defect per line of code will be 4 defects per KLOC to 9 defects per KLOC. This is the range 4 to 9 के बीच में होना चाहिए. अगर 4 to 9 के बीच में है then it is ideal. अगर 9 से ऊपर है then you need much improvement. और अगर 4 के below है then the system is much better than other system. You can say like this. So 4 to 9 is the threshold value. 4 to 9 defects per 1000 line of code. मतलब एक 1000 लाइन ऑफ कोड के पीछे आपके कितने डिफेक्ट होने चाहिए? 4 से लेके 9 तक होने चाहिए. रिमेंबर दिस. So if you find the defect, you should able to remove those defects. So what is defect removal effectiveness? You should be effectively remove all the defects in your code. Defect removal effectiveness or efficiency can be, this is the formula on the basis of which you can find out the defect removal effectiveness. So defect removal effectiveness, DRE, is equal to defects removed during a development phase divided by defect latent in the product into 100. आपके प्रोडक्ट के अंदर अगर 100, ऐसा कंसिडर कीजिए देयर आर 10 डिफेक्ट्स इन योर प्रोडक्ट और डेवलपमेंट के प्रोसेस के टाइम पे आपने 4 डिफेक्ट को क्या कर दिया? इमीडिएटली रिमूव कर दिया. So defect removal effectiveness will be 4 divided by 10 into 100. That means it will be your 40%. Remember. Total number of latent defect in a product at any given phase is not known. So denominator of the metric can only be approximated and is estimated by. ये जो भी होता है आपका defect latent in the product, ये हमें initially पता नहीं होता है. Initial phases में, starting phases में हमें ये पता नहीं होता है. So how to find out this value? What will be the formula? Because we can find out the defects removed during the development. Development के time पे आप अगर कितने defect minimize कर रहे हो, you can find out that part, but you cannot find the defect latent in the product. So उसके लिए formula है defect removed during the phase plus defect found later. मतलब क्या? डेवलपमेंट फेज में आपको जितने भी डिफेक्ट मिले उतने प्लस उसके बाद में भी आपको जितने डिफेक्ट मिलते हैं, दोनों की जब आप एडिशन कर दोगे देन यू विल गेट डिफेक्ट लैटेंट इन द प्रोडक्ट. एंड दिस इज द फॉर्मूला ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ विच यू कैन फाइंड आउट डिफेक्ट रिमूवल इफेक्टिवनेस. इसके रिलेटेड एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन भी आता है, हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड द डिफेक्ट रिमूवल इफेक्टिवनेस इफ यू हैव if you get the so these many errors during development और आपके इसमें इतने product में इतने defect है तो so you need to use this formula. Metric can be calculated for entire development process for front end, that means before your code integration, and for each phase. Metric, remember जब भी ये metric word आएगा it will be always in terms of number. Whenever you will be come with this term metric, always the answer of the metric will always be your what? It will be the number. So the metric can be calculated for entire development process for front end, that means before your code integration, and for each and every phase of your software development life cycle. It is early defect removal and phase effectiveness. ये जो भी होता है it is a type of your what? Early defect removal, or it can be your phase effectiveness. Early defect removals means what? आप early stages में क्या करते हो? Defect को identify करते हो, error को identify करते हो, and you are removing that error or you are removing that bug or defect, we can say. Higher the value of metric, more effective the development process, and fewer the defects escape to the next step. Whatever will be the value of metric, if it is the higher value, then we can call it as the development process is more effective, and very less defect can be transferred from this phase to next phase. अगर आपके मैट्रिक की वैल्यू हायर एंड में जाती है, इफ योर मैट्रिक वैल्यू विल बी एट हायर एंड, इसका मतलब क्या, आपकी डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस जो भी है दैट इज वेरी मच इफेक्टिव एंड इट इज वेरी मच प्रोडक्टिव, उसमें कम से कम एरर जनरेट होने वाले हैं। और नेक्स्ट फेज में डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस से लेके नेक्स्ट फेज में जो भी है वो कम से कम एरर्स क्या होंगे, ट्रांसफर हो गए, और दैट यू नीड टू find out very less errors in next phase, remember this. So the value of matrix will it should always be the at higher end. Then next is your failure mode and effects analysis, FMEA. The name itself suggests that it will be divided into two parts. First one will be the mode of failure and second one will be the effect of the failure, and you need to analyze that effect of failure, FMEA. First, highly structured systematic technique for failure analysis. This FMEA was, it is your highly structured and systematic technique to identify the analysis of your failure. फेल्योर का एनालिसिस करने के लिए सबसे बेस्ट मॉडल है FMEA. It is developed by reliability engineers in 1950s to study problems arises from errors of military system. ये जो भी था FMEA, ये सबसे पहले कब एस्टेब्लिश हुआ था, इन 1950s. Why? To study the problems that are generated in your what, military system. military system में जो कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम जनरेट होते थे उसे स्टडी करने के लिए सबसे पहले FMEA को डेवलप किया था इन 1950s. इट इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ योर सिस्टम रिलायबिलिटी स्टडी. आपकी सिस्टम कितनी रिलायबल है वो स्टडी करने का सबसे पहला फेज क्या है आपका, सबसे पहली स्टेप कौन सी है, फेल्योर एनालिसिस is the first step. And how you are going to study the reliability? The reliability can be studied how much you trust on the system. आपका उस सिस्टम के ऊपर ट्रस्ट कितना है, that is your reliability is. It involves reviewing as many components, assemblies and subsystems as possible to identify failure modes and their causes and effect. So इसमें क्या होता है, what exactly happening in failure mode and effect analysis? The reviewing of so many components of your system, different assemblies and subsystem as possible to identify. क्यों करते हैं इन सबको रिव्यू क्यों करते हैं, to review various components, to review assemblies and to review various subsystem. Why? To identify the failure modes. क्यों failure आया है, what is the reason, कौन से मोड में failure हुआ है, and to find out their causes and effect. उसके लिए क्या है आपका ये FMEA मॉडल जो भी है वो डेवलप किया है. For each component, failure modes and their resulting effects on rest of system are reduced in specific MEA worksheet. उसके लिए क्या होता है, एक सेपरेट वर्कशीट डिजाइन करते हैं where you are going to note down the failure, the cause of the failure and effect of the failure. That should be the noted for each component. जैसे अपना स्प्रेडशीट होता है ना, हम आपके साथ स्प्रेडशीट शेयर करते हैं, वैसा एक वर्कशीट क्या होता है सबके साथ शेयर करते हैं. In that spreadsheet, what is maintained, the failure mode and its result or its effect on the rest of the system. It should be recorded on the separate worksheet. A few different type of FMEA analysis exist, such as functional, design, process. ये तीन टाइप के क्या होते हैं, these are the three types of your FMEA. That means there can be the failure due to your function, there can be the failure due to the design, and there can be the failure due to what, the process which is already you are adopting. So what will happen if the failure occur because of the functional, or what will happen if the failure occur because of the system design, and what will happen if the failure occurs because of your one of the process that you are going to study in FMEA model. Sometimes it is extended to FMECA, that is failure mode, effect and criticality analysis. एकदम क्रिटिकली क्या करना है, उसे आपको एनालिसिस करना है, व्हाट इज द रीजन ऑफ दिस फेल्योर और ये फेल्योर फ्यूचर में नहीं आना चाहिए, उसके लिए क्या करना है, क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस करना है. सो सी विल कम इनटू द पिक्चर इन केस ऑफ योर FMEA, failure mode, effect and criticality analysis, to indicate that criticality analysis is performed too. क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस भी उसके ऊपर परफॉर्म किया है, ये दिखाने के लिए नया मॉडल, इसका एडवांस वर्जन कौन सा है, FMECA. Effect analysis refers to studying the consequences of those failure on different system level. Effect analysis क्या होता है कि whatever consequences have been generated, you need to study those consequences. ये क्यों हुआ, ये फेल्योर क्यों आया और उस फेल्योर के क्या इफेक्ट हुए, that you need to study. और फ्यूचर में ऐसा फेल्योर नहीं आना चाहिए, उसके लिए अभी से क्या प्रिकॉशनरी मेजर लेने हैं, that you are going to focus in your what, this kind of your analysis.